So we're out here once again in the Hunter Primal, and I feel like slowly but surely we've started to make some decent progress. And since the last video, I spent quite a number of hours just running around out here looking for better equipment, and finally, after countless trips around the map, I got my hands on the 50 cal. Now we only have 9 rounds, so it's not something we can just use whenever we want, but I definitely want to actually get to test that today on a T-Rex, so hopefully we can find one, and we'll get to see how that goes. Meanwhile, we have a Quetz trying to come and say hi, so as per usual, kind of starting a primal hunt with one of them trying to swoop in, or maybe 2 of them. But luckily we have a decent amount of buckshot from running around and picking stuff up, so hopefully we can deal with them somewhat quickly. I still definitely would like to get a rare one. In the process of running around looking for the 50 cal, I actually did manage a rare trike, which is a little bit different than the uncommon one we shot before, but apparently it's only the rare T-Rex that actually spawns what we need. So if we can manage to get rid of this one, at least we don't have to worry about them actually being a threat now. But yeah, as I mentioned, there is a rare T-Rex that I really want to find that should be able to give us like a scent gland, and that evidently can spawn the Primal Rex, which apparently is really difficult to actually bring down. But I was reading some stuff about it, and apparently the battle-worn T-Rex, the rare one, mostly spawns like in this area, assuming that information is correct. So we're going to try to spend some time around here, and as we do it, hopefully start collecting equipment for an eventual battle with the Primal Rex. I don't exactly love dealing with them, but Utah Raptors are actually kind of a good thing for us at this point, because eventually, I think at level 50, we can actually purchase 50 cal ammunition from the drop pods, and you have to die once. But, I mean, you could technically just kind of die of fall damage and then go and collect your body after you buy all of the ammo that you want. So these guys will give us XP, and they're generally pretty easy to kill. So we have slugs. I'm wanting to get like a decent shot where it's standing still. That was a little far back. That did not really go to plan. So I know buckshot does decently well on them too. I just would rather kind of save it because we don't have that much left, and it's way better for the Quetzes. So maybe we can do a little better on these other 2. They are just rather quick, and for some reason kind of almost like indecisive. That'll work a little better. And then there's one more left, which is just a little male, and apparently he's just getting out of here. So we'll take those 2 and the XP that they'll give us. We're probably somewhat close to level 20 right now, and I'm not sure, like at some point you can also buy 700 ammo, and that'll definitely help us as well, because I've been kind of stockpiling it for now, and I think we have 21 rounds, and that's again for that eventual battle with the Primal Rex. But anything we can get for like quick XP like that, at this point we're kind of going to take. And I've been looking for an opportunity to actually get to try the 50 cal. This actually might be our best chance. That looks like a female. It's actually a decent size one. So let's go ahead and equip that. And if she'll give us like a decent opportunity for a vital hit, I want to pretty much just hit her once or twice with the 50 cal and then let her come in close and hopefully finish off the job with the bow, because I don't want to use all of our ammo. And really, I think, potentially anyway, the biggest benefit of it is just getting really solid accurate damage from a distance. So we'll try this. Hopefully we can get like a lung or heart shot. I want her to kind of stand still. Maybe, okay, it does take a while to rack into the round, but maybe, depending on what she does, that should definitely be another good hit. And then we're going to save the rest of our ammo for the future. And I'm definitely not using the 700 at all here. Like, I'm keeping all that ammo that we've kind of acquired, so we'll sort of see what we can do. Gotta scoot out of the way a little bit. And we want to start getting some vital hits in here with the bow. I think she's probably going to charge here. Not too bad what we've managed so far. Now we need to scoot around to the side. We got kind of decent at this on the stream. I'm actually shocked, though, that she's still kind of going. Barely kind of getting around her there. We don't have a ton of arrows to do this with either, so I'm not too pleased with the amount that it's taking here. At least she's being kind of calm. I think we got her. This is not usually how this goes. Yeah. Alright. So not too bad. I just don't feel like the 50 cal really did what I would have liked it to do. Because we still used, I think we had 19, we used 11 arrows. Was it then 13 total hits? It was. And we hit the heart at some point. Not the best, but I mean, one of our better T-Rex. I'd really say that the biggest benefit the 50 cal gave us was kind of, for one, maybe a little extra damage at a distance. I have to think our shots were placed well enough that they were into the vitals, but it was the fact that we were able to hang on to so much stamina and kind of just scoot around her when she was actually charging. I felt like a lot calmer doing that than doing the ones like with the 700 super close range. So maybe we're onto something there. I'm not really sure what I want to do as far as the rest of the 50 cal ammo. Maybe if we see, definitely like the battle worn T-Rex, we would use as much as we could. But because we're low on arrows too, and I don't want to use the 700 ammo, we'll probably mostly try to avoid T-Rexes and get more equipment, at least until we find some more arrows. But it was good to do that and just take it out relatively easily. Mine is kind of just running out of the way. There isn't a lot of avoiding these guys anyway, and they kind of fall in that same category as the raptors. They're just fairly easy to kill and it doesn't take that long. And they're just kind of free XP to hopefully move us along as far as leveling up and eventually being able to buy ammo that's going to help us a lot more. And I'm really not sure. I gotta eventually, I guess, either die or look it up to see what level you can buy 700 ammo at. Because if we're close to that, that might be the way to go before next time, because I really would like to spend a good bit of time this week looking for the battle-worn T-Rex. That's assuming we don't actually find it today, but if we don't, hopefully we can find that in the next week, and then hopefully if we can get to a point where we can just buy 700 ammo, we can be ready to go based on that, because as far as credits, we have like 72,000. We're good on that, it's just that we're not a high enough level to actually buy the stuff yet. And I guess we actually have more raptors to deal with, so I wanted to get some use out of the 44 potentially. Not necessarily that close range, but it'll work. I bet there are more. Real quick, we'll claim that and kind of step back in case. Didn't level us up to 20 because it will actually tell us in the chat, which is nice. But maybe there was just the one. And the 44 did fairly well, and we have a bunch of ammo for that, so especially times maybe where there aren't as many raptors, that's probably something we should make use of. Speaking of that, we also have a bunch of 308 ammo that we're really not making use of now. And I've tried this before and it didn't go that well. They just seem to be able to kind of shake that off, and I'm not sure what direction he's going to go to get up here, but maybe we can finish him off with the 44 and just maybe save ourselves a round. So I want to... Is he just... Well, I thought that he might just attack the area that we were. Still managed to avoid damage, which is fine, but not really sure what that was. At least we got him. Every little XP counts at this point, because we might have a long way to go until we can actually buy that stuff. Bit by bit, we're kind of starting to assemble our little arsenal here, but it's certainly taking longer than I would like. I'm kind of thinking that we're actually going to restart real quick, and just pretty much do the same route we did in reverse, and go through all these areas for decent loot again, and then kind of end where I talked about where apparently that battle-worn T-Rex can spawn and just maybe see, because that'll reset the loot and the T-Rexes, so at least we'll be kind of doing two things at once. At this point with the quests, I'm always kind of wishfully thinking, but I swear that one's a little bit different. I had a call from one that's a female. There is a T-Rex out there, so we better be careful, but I want to try to get this one just in case it is the rare one. I know there's like some white on the chest and neck of the rare quets, and I'm pretty sure I can see that on this one. They all kind of look whiter from underneath, but I don't recall being able to see that on the neck before, so fingers crossed that's maybe what this is. I know the description of the achievement says like striped wings. Not sure if that's what that is. It'll tell us when we claim it anyway as far as the Steam achievement, so I have to watch, but I'm pretty sure that's it. See if it actually says, yeah, or that's the uncommon. I'm not sure what the difference is, but first one of those for us. They're just not fun to try to trophy shot. They just kind of fly all over the place, so I think we'll go with that. At least you can see the kind of white feathers up around the head. So at least this sort of shows off the fact that it isn't uncommon. I'm not too sure where that T-Rex got to, but we actually did make it up to the other side where we started again, and since we got some more arrows, I think we have 19 now. I wouldn't mind actually going and trying to take on that Rex. I didn't get to spot it. I'm pretty confident it wasn't a rare, but I do think it was a female, and they seem to be bigger generally, so if we can locate it, we'll probably try to get it. Well, we found a Utah Raptor, but I'm not too sure where the Rex actually got to, so we're just gonna take care of that real quick. The buckshot definitely does better. It's just nice to save it for the Quetzes. But again, at least we got XP. Actually, I think that's our T-Rex right there, but I did forget to mention, we reached level 20 with the Quetz, so at least we're moving along there as well. Let's just spot this. That's actually a pretty big one. 6,500 minimum. I wouldn't mind. Let's take one 50 cal shot at it. I don't really want to use the extra ammo, because that's one thing that we've not gotten at all today. And we've picked up a lot of equipment, but one thing has been 0 50 cal ammo, so maybe not the best, but it started off pretty good last time, so eventually when she kind of stops and presents a good vital shot, hopefully we can start with that. I think we'll try to go with that. Kind of the hunter trick in general, to move forward and kind of steady the gun. So now we got to deal with not only trying to take a T-Rex, mostly with a bow, but also with the swamp, which you can kind of see what it's doing to her. It's making her sort of bob up and down when she's running, which I don't think is going to help us. That was definitely not the shot we wanted. A couple of decent shots in there. Let's save on the stamina. Oh boy. Alright, that didn't quite go to plan, but we need to step away so we have the room to actually escape her when she charges again. And any shots we can get into her are good. I did grab 4 more arrows on the way over here. Just need to make sure, if we can see, that we don't let her get too close. Well, we might have. Yeah, unfortunately she didn't stay still that long, so we'll have to go back and get our body and stuff. That does actually give us the opportunity to see into the drop pod, though. Yeah, as far as weapons go, it's not till we level up a lot more. And I was hoping we could buy compound arrows, but we can't. It's level 40 for 700 ammo. So that's pretty far into the distance. And yeah, level 48 for 50 ammo, so I think probably it's going to be about what we can collect. But anyway, we'll go back and try to take care of that T-Rex. I was hoping we'd be able to grab a track and kind of see what her health's at, but we sort of just managed to run right into her, so I guess we're going to do this again. Now, whenever we go to run from her, I want to go back where she's coming from so we're not so much in the swamp here, but we should, I think, be able to start with a decent vital hit. Hopefully that's good. Maybe one more for good measure. Oh wow. We were pretty close to having her taken down to the swamp, and I was going to say, actually, when we got back here, maybe we shouldn't take them on in an area where we can't see that well, because the obstacles kind of got to us. But that seems to be a pretty good one. First one over 2,200 for sure. And she almost was that max weight of 6,600 kg, so that was our 10th T-Rex taken. I'm not sure, that was an achievement, and apparently I didn't switch our clothing around, so we look kind of interesting, but we'll still take a trophy shot with that one. And I'd say we probably have enough arrows to take on another one, and that's going to be the kind of the big thing at this point, is just the XP from them. Now, it's going to be far too long, I think, until we can actually reach the levels where we can buy things like the 700 ammo, but we still probably want to gain the levels and stuff as we go along, and hopefully, like I said, by next time we can actually find that battle-worn T-Rex and maybe get to a point where we're somewhat comfortable taking on the Primal Queen. I mean, as far as 700 ammo, like I said, I've kind of been just keeping it all. We have 32 rounds. I definitely want to get a good bit more, but we're not doing too bad doing it this way, and as long as we can keep up the XP and everything, we should be fine. So, of course, the trike that I didn't realize was still walking this way is a little bit upset with us. So we're probably going to have to use an extra arrow or two that I didn't plan on using, which is kind of unfortunate, but better that than dying, I guess, as we're getting hit by them. We got a lung shot, so they will run off when you've hit them enough that they're going to die. Maybe an extra hit's going to help get to that point. He can't be doing too well because I know a couple of lung shots bring him down, so we'll have to go and claim him. Again, same thing as everything else. we're trying to get that XP and everything at this point to level up and be able to purchase better stuff if we do actually die. And of course, we're getting better at it, but it still is going to happen. A few 44 rounds and health canisters, I guess, are going to be a good thing. And he's still running pretty far, but I think that's going to take him down. And while it really wasn't the plan to use a couple extra arrows, at least we got the extra money earned from that. And I know there is a crossbow. Probably running into those plants isn't a good idea either, but maybe the crossbow is something to consider. I just don't think it's going to be good for the T-Rex, because it's going to be a bit slow. Maybe I should look into that for the trikes for next time. But anyway, I think that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.